Well, hello. Today is Saturday, April 7th, and it's time for our meeting highlights. And the freestyle meeting this week is I'm optimistic, but realistic. We've all had that. Sorry, my sinuses are draining. It's springtime in Michigan. I can't help it. I'm sorry, but I wanted to get this out. So you have to put up with my raspy voice. I'm so sorry. But it was a good meeting today. I so needed this meeting today. If you watch my daily vlog, you can see how much I've been struggling all week. It started on Saturday, actually. I went to Taco Bell, and then Easter Sunday went for a brunch, and then I went to my daughter-in-law's for a turkey and ham dinner. And then Monday I gave away my clothes to the Goodwill, and Tuesday I was feeling kind of sad. And Wednesday I got on the scale and saw that I gained 4 pounds. And it was just, all my planning was going to hell in a handbasket. And I just had a really bad day. But you guys perked me up, and I went back on track. And now I'm really optimistic again. I'm very optimistic. Start off with my, I got a new book today. And I feel so bad that my voice sounds so bad. I'm not coming down with anything. It's just that time of year. Because I feel healthy. I really do. All the berries I eat, I have to be healthy. I'm telling you, I can't get sick. Well, I could get sick, but I try not to get sick. But it's just, I have a frog in my throat. And it doesn't want to leave. I've tried everything. I've tried gargling and whatever. But I should stop. I should just stop and do this again. I probably will redo this. If you see this, it's just like the second take didn't take any better than the first. So, but I told you that when I got on the scale on Wednesday, I'd gained 4 pounds. I was feeling really rejected. I wasn't very optimistic. I went to my meeting, though. I knew that I was going to go to my meeting today. I was kind of debating whether or not I was going to get weight or just pass, because it was a new book and I didn't want to start off with a gain in my new book. And so I still did it. I still got on the scale, and much to my surprise, I stayed the same. So I did give myself a star. If you follow me, you know I give myself a star if I've lost. I know that I really, from last week to this week, I didn't lose any weight, but I did lose 4 pounds since Wednesday. I'm sure a lot of it was just sodium weight, but it was weight nonetheless. And so I gave myself a star just as an incentive to keep going through the book to do well. So we're going to talk a little bit about the book, being optimistic but also realistic. And the quote that the leader had today was, "The pessimist complains about the wind. The optimist expects the change, but the realist adjusts the sails." So you want to be optimistic, but you also want to be realistic. So you want to, the book, we'll start with the book. Don't worry, be happy. It's a catchy tune, but it's not the best approach to success. Overly optimistic thinking is would go something like this. I went over my Smart Points budgets today, but I'll get it back on track tomorrow. Don't worry about it. You have to have the don't worry, be happy somewhat mentality, but you have to be realistic about it too. You could just say, oh, I'm not going to worry about it today. I'll worry about it tomorrow. No, you have to worry about it today. Today is the day. This meal. If you screw up at this meal, then plan on being better at the next meal. And while it's helpful to assert good intentions rather than berating yourself for a slip, being vague about how you're going to recover from that slip is not going to help you. So you want to think of a better way of how you're going to do it. Mine was, I knew that I ate too much on the brunch. I ate all the sweets that, I've been avoiding for so long. And I don't deprive myself, but for some reason on Easter Sunday, I thought I was depriving myself of all the favorite desserts that they had at the dessert table. And I made bad choices. And I could have gone to the brunch and still had healthy choices. They had a lot of healthy choices, but no, I didn't. I wasn't very optimistic about my realization, because I knew I had gone with the thought, I'm not going to do well. So you know what? I lived up to my expectations. I did not do well because I didn't think I was going to do well. And you know what? I didn't do well. So you want to think about what you want to do so you don't derail your weight loss efforts. So you want to set specific steps to change it. So for instance, go over your budget and plan out what you're going to eat for the week. When I went so crazy on Wednesday and saw that how bad I was, on Thursday and Friday, I stayed so true to my points and so true to my eating. I drank a lot of fluids because I was hoping that it was a sodium gain, which part of it was. And I think that the fact that I didn't give up, I was optimistic enough to know that, you know, it was just a slight trip in the road and I can do better. And I knew I could do better. So what you want to do is balance your thinking. Number one, identify your don't worry, be happy thought. For an example would be, I ate way more than I planned it at my lunch today. I'll get back on track later. But you want to do a reality check and ask yourself, what needs to happen to make that thought come true? So what you want to do is just say, if I make a plan, I'll be able to stick with it and know I'm going to do better. And number three, plan what you're going to do. Choose what action from your ideas that are doable. Don't say, you know what, I went so crazy today, so tomorrow I'm not going to eat anything at all. No, that's not right. That's not going to help you, and that's not going to help your body. Just know that, like yesterday, I ate a big breakfast, and it was only a 1-point breakfast, but I had a lot of food, but it was all 0-point foods. For dinner, I had a chicken breast, and I had a salad that I made up of broccoli and cauliflower and cucumbers and tomatoes, and I had a red onion, and I used 2 tablespoons of my dressing. Now that was only a 1-point meal. So in theory, well, not in theory, in actuality, I only had a 2-point day yesterday. Sorry, but I was never hungry. I was eating a lot of protein. I had, instead of 1 egg, I had 2 eggs for breakfast. I still had my berries and my banana. And I drank a lot of tea during the day. I drank a lot of fluids yesterday to just kind of flush it out. Maybe today wasn't really a realistic weigh-in, but it was enough to get my mindset going to know that I can do better this week, and I will do better this week. I'm very optimistic, but I'm being realistic about it at the same time. And the Think Again page says an unhelpful thought is, I went over my Smart Points budget today, but that's okay. I'll do better tomorrow. But the helpful thought is, unless I make a plan to stay within my budget, things won't be any better tomorrow than they were today. When I get home from work tonight, I'll plan tomorrow's meal so I can get back on track. I don't usually plan for the next day, but I plan in the morning for that day. When I go shopping for the week, I plan for my meals for the week. Not necessarily on what days I'm going to have them, but I know that one day I'm going to have a chicken, one day I'm going to have like a sandwich, one day I might have spaghetti. But I plan it into my points. I made a spaghetti the other day for Jim and I for dinner. I think it was on Thursday. Yeah, no, it wasn't Thursday. It was Tuesday. But I had made the mustacholi. I measured it all out. I used the recipe builder, and it helped me to stay on track. The unhelpful thought, it's raining, so I can't go on my usual walk at lunchtime. Oh well, hopefully tomorrow it'll be clear. If you follow my daily vlog, you know that I love to walk, and I hate when I have to think of an alternative way of walking outside. But the helpful thought is, it's raining, so I'll miss my lunchtime walk today, but it might clear up tomorrow. But it might not, so I'll just stop at the mall on my way home and walk around it twice so I can get in my activity. I have found, just by mere chance, because I was doing a green dot challenge with Carrie over at Weight Watchers with Carrie, and I had to go up and down stairs. I live on a ranch, so I don't have up and down stairs other than if I go into my basement. So I went up and down my basement stairs a couple times, and then when I was down there I thought, you know what, I'm going to walk down here. It was so much easier because even though I have furniture in the basement, because I have like a little sitting area for watch TV down there for the kids and a little playroom, I was able to still walk around a lot easier than when I walk upstairs. And so I know that I can do it, and then I will do that in the future because April showers bring me flowers, and we're going to get a lot of rain in April because in Michigan we get a lot of rain. Then they also have the inspiration from the community. Today is my restart. I'm being realistic. I'm planning. It's going to be my biggest challenge, but it's a new day and a new beginning. Every day you wake up with the opportunity to make new changes into your life and to incorporate good choices that you made the day before and to rethink the bad choices that you made also. Optimism is all well and good, but you have to follow it up with a plan. A work's week worth of lunches is a good start. Like I said, I know pretty much what I'm going to have every day to eat. Well, we all know I eat the same breakfast every day. I never get tired of it. Sometimes I change it up with putting oatmeal or a pancake or something, but for the most part, I eat the same breakfast. My dinners are, I am not one of, my downfall is fast food. I could eat fast food every single day. I could eat Taco Bell every single day. I could eat Burger King every single day. So eating some piece of chicken every single day is not much of a challenge to me because I like chicken. I sometimes can be a little Pollyannish. I like to keep things positive, but it's important to be honest with myself. You have to be honest with yourself. You know, you can lie to other people and they might not know it, but you know, if you lie to yourself, you know it. You just know it. You can't hide that from anybody, or you can't hide that from yourself because you know that if you're lying. I actually think I'm going to try this one day this week because it looks pretty good. It's a ham and cheese melt with fresh slaw. Doesn't that look good? And it's the only thing I don't like on it is the mayonnaise. And I don't necessarily have to have the mayonnaise on it. I could have something else. I have a hot mustard that I like that I could put on there. But I think I'm going to try that because I do think I have some rye bread in the freezer. I don't eat a lot of bread now because bread is my downfall. But so I have it in the freezer, and then I just take out a couple slices and put them in a sandwich baggie and let them thaw, and that's what I have. It'll last a lot longer. Your bread doesn't go bad then. So anyway, I said I wasn't going to say so anyway, but I'm said it anyhow. Be optimistic but realistic. You started because you wanted to lose weight, and you were optimistic that you were going to do it, but you made a plan and you're going to stay with it, and that's the realistic aspect of it. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. So you need to plan out what you're going to do for the week and how you're going to stay on track. Don't worry, be happy is a nice little mantra to have, but you know, you have to worry to some extent. You have to worry that if you don't stay on track, that you're going to put the weight back on or you're not going to lose weight. You have to do something, but don't just say no worries, because there are some worries if you're not going to stay on track. You need to look in the mirror each day and say, I will lose this weight. You need to believe it, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else is going to believe in you either. And if you say it enough and you say it sincerely, it's going to become a reality to you, and you're going to know it, and you're going to know it'll happen. Don't say when it happens. Don't say if it happens. Say when it happens. I know I'm going to hit my 75 pounds. I don't know when that's going to happen, but I know it's going to happen. So I'm being realistic about that, and I'm very optimistic about it. You need to be optimistic about your struggles. Everybody struggles. I put a video up earlier this week that told you how much I was struggling, because I was really struggling. That struggle bus picked me up and just drove me away. And I finally said, this is my stop, let me off, because I had been on that bus long enough. And sometimes you need just that one day. I had a half a day that I just felt so sad and rejected. I just felt like it was not worth it anymore. And I got over it. And you can too. It's just don't let it dwell, and don't let an hour turn into a day, and then a day into a week, and then a week into a month, because soon enough it'll be done. And always remember that this program is never going to be perfect. You're not perfect, but you have to remember you're worth all the effort you're putting into this. I used this quote earlier in the week, and this is what helped me out tremendously. Perseverance is the hard work you do after you get tired of doing the hard work you already did. I've been struggling for a long time. It's taken me 15 months to lose the 67 pounds, but I know for a fact that I'm going to stay with it. I'm not giving up. I'm going to stick to it. I know it, and I know you know it too. So let's just stick with it, and remember, we need to be optimistic. Definitely need to be optimistic. And as I've told you in the past, I'm not really sure how to find this. I don't know where it went. But anyway, I'll put it at the end. That you can go and get the booklet online. I've had a couple of people tell me they have a hard time finding it, but look and see, because I've heard that it's there. I'm going to try to see it myself to find out for sure. But remember, we need to be optimistic, but also we need to be realistic. So I hope you guys have a better week than I. Well, no, I had a pretty good week. I stayed the same. So I hope you have a good week, and I'll see you guys next Saturday.